Hello everyone, my name is Pano Karatassos. I'm the corporate chef of Buckhead Life Restaurant Group, executive chef of Restaurant Kima, all in Atlanta, Georgia, with 3 restaurants in South Florida. I'm here today to show you how to cook whole fish, and we're going to serve it with 2 of our favorite sides that go along with whole fish, very popular in Greece as well, and that would be braised kale and lemon potatoes. We have a variety of fish here, and you'll notice that the fish, the best way to store the fish is in the swimming position. By doing so, there's no weight on either side of the fillet. If you laid the fish flat, obviously gravity will be putting a lot of pressure on that bottom fillet, which would then have that fillet deteriorate faster than the top. So the less pressure you can put on the fish, the better, and therefore the swimming technique is what we go for. Over here we have a beautiful fish from Greece called dorad, and this is a relative of the porgy family. This here is a beloved fish from Florida. This is a genuine red snapper. And one of the most favorite fish out of Greece is the lavraki, otherwise known as a bronzino, when it comes out of Spain or Italy, and then ludomere when it comes out of France. This is the go-to fish that we start everybody out on when it comes to cooking whole fish, just because it's so simple and easy to do. When checking freshness for fish, you want to be able to press, just like I am, and see the fillet bounce back. The key to fresh fish is that it also doesn't have a little odor or smell. It should smell like the ocean. And then when you look inside the gills, that they are nice and red, as you can see there. So if your fish comes with the scales, the guts, the gills, you will need a scaler. You'll need a pair of scissors. You'll need a boning knife, and you'll need a French knife. So the very first step is that you actually scale the fish. And to scale the fish, okay, you want to hold the tail and just gently come straight down the fish, okay? A lot of times I will take this fish and do this into a sink. We want to clip all the little fins off, okay? This will help with this later when we've cooked the fish and you're at the point where you need to, debone it. So all this helps later, okay? The 2 fins on the bottom, and the fish is now completely without the fins. You don't want to cook the fish with the gill because you don't want to impart any flavors except for the meat and the bones. Clipping it right at the little top part, coming in the middle, and then right down here on the side, and then simply pulling it out with your fingers, okay? We have a beautifully scaled fish. We have the gills taken out, either by your fishmonger or yourself. And then if you still have the belly intact, you simply take a pair of scissors. You want to poke a hole right here at the bottom, okay? And you come just about right here to the top, okay? Again, this is how you know if you have a fresh fish. It smells like the ocean. It's beautiful, and that's the telltale sign of a beautiful whole fish, okay? So you simply want to discard this and then give the fish another little rinse so that anything from the belly comes out. That's another part of the fish that we're not going to cook and impart any flavors from. Even though it's nice and fresh, we just want to focus on the bones and the meat, and focus on the flavor of each of those fish. So the very next step that we want to do is we want to cut a slit on either side of where the dorsal fin was. And this will make sense later after we've cooked the fish. This will easily come out with a little precision tong. You can either use a knife with 1/4 of an inch of the tip and you just glide it along, make a slice, or you could come in with a pair of scissors. If you come in with a pair of scissors, you want to start right at the top of the head, okay? And you come just like this, nice and easy. And then I flip it and do the reverse on this side. And I come right along, focusing on that top part of the dorsal fin, and I made my slit. The next little slit that we're going to make can also be done with a pair of scissors. Okay, from the top of the head, and you just make a tiny little slit just like that. And then of course, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. At this point, we have a beautifully cut fish. I'm going to give it one more little rinse, and now I'm going to simply put it on a clean surface. I want to pat it dry, and I do this so that I can then put a little oil on and season it. And you can use canola oil, vegetable oil, avocado oil, whatever your favorite oil is to cook with. Okay, and this step is important because it will help the fish so that it doesn't stick to the fish basket. Okay, so very simple. We're going to come on with some salt and pepper. You want to always season high and let the salt and pepper float down almost like snow. Okay, and if you do that, you'll have a nice even coating of the salt and pepper. You'll want to make sure that you come on the inside of the belly, and that's important so that you're seasoning both sides of the fillet. Okay, so we got our salt on the other side and the pepper. And at this point, we are ready to put the fish in the basket. So this is a fish basket. In Greece, we call them a skata. So we've already oiled the fish, so we know it's not going to stick. And we're going to simply place the fish right inside the basket. And then you want to close it. And that's it. The fish is now ready to put onto the grill. So we want to simply just place the fish on the grill. You want to be more like a medium high so that the slower the better. You want to really cook each fish about, I would say on one side, a good 4 or 5 minutes per pound. This is a 2-pound fish, so we're going for 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, we'll baste it in a couple minutes with the lemon vinaigrette. Okay, so now we're going to make the lemon vinaigrette. It takes about a 1/4 cup of fresh lemon juice. It also takes about 2/3 of a cup of vegetable oil, canola oil, and then we do in another 1/4 cup of the extra virgin olive oil. This makes for a great lemon vinaigrette and also makes for a great basting vinaigrette. We add to that a pinch of dried mustard, pinch of saffron, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and then we're going to blend on high speed. And it's as easy as that. Okay, now that we've made this lemon vinaigrette, we're just going to come in. We want to baste the fish, get those juices on there, the flavor, the olive oil, the lemon. So important that this step happens at least, 2-3 times per side. Okay, so one of my favorite vegetables to serve with the whole fish is Greek lemon potatoes. For that, I have these beautiful fingerlings, and I'm going to put in what I would like to eat, about a quart of potatoes into my pot. Okay, so once I get about a quart in there, I'm good. And then with that, a little tribute to my yaya, my grandmother, little bay leaf, You want to use like a tablespoon of black peppercorns. And then I would do 1 to 2 cloves of garlic, and you want to just smash it before you put them in. And that smash helps wake it up. From there, I'm just simply going to put in enough water just to cover the tops of it. You always want to start off potatoes with cold water, okay? And then that helps the potatoes when the water gets to the hot temperature, we go to a simmer, and that helps the potatoes cook evenly, okay? So I'm gonna place them on the fire, I'm gonna put them on high heat, and we're gonna simmer these potatoes till they're well done. All right, so it's been about that 10-minute mark. I'm gonna go ahead and check this filet here. Coming right there on that bottom part of the filet, underneath the skeleton. Perfect. So it just hit this medium hot temperature that we need, okay? And at this point, you simply take the fish. I'm gonna flip it. And just like that, we're cooking on the other side. Now that we have flipped the fish, it's important to come immediately with the lemon vinaigrette. This fish is looking amazing. One of my favorite greens to go with the cooked whole fish is beautiful Tuscan kale. You want to get some boiling water. You want to always season your water with enough salt so that once the kale cooks into the water, it gets seasoned. We're going to bring this back up to a boil. The bigger the pot, the better. A big pot blanching. So we got those greens in there, and we want that water to stay at a boil. It's simmering right now. It's coming right back up. Okay, so here we are. It's been another 8 minutes, and I want to check the other side. Sometimes it can cook a little faster than the other just because you started that heat. So I want to come right inside one more time, right underneath that skeleton. And we have, once again, a nice little warm hot. So at this point now, we want to take the fish and we're going to rest it just on the side. And by doing this, all that moisture is going to go into the fillets and stay in the fillets. We keep it right inside, we let it rest, and this is going to be gorgeous. The wilted kale is super tender. And we're just going to simply strain them into a colander. You want to be able to press the kale while it's in the colander so that it loses any other remaining water. You can stir it and press. And the reason being is I want to replace all that liquid with extra virgin olive oil and lemon juice. You're going to put them into your bowl, and you're going to season them with a little salt, a little pepper, fresh squeezed lemon juice. We love a lot of lemon, so you can't go wrong with the amount of lemon you put in it. You also want to use a really good olive oil. This olive oil is from Crete. So now that we have this in here, you just want to simply mix just like that. You're going to want to do a little taste. Adjust if necessary. And of course, I'm going to adjust with some lemon. Cooked kale that we call horta. So you know that the potatoes are done when the cake tester also goes into them nice and easy. So very simple with the potatoes is you want to take them and also strain them in a colander. I like to just simply cut them in half. Look how beautiful these are. Love them. So here we have the potatoes cut in half, and I'm going to use that beautiful lemon vinaigrette that we made. Pour that right on top. And if you do this right when the potatoes are still hot, then they will soak in that vinaigrette. So I'm going to top it off with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I love chives with potatoes. Everyone loves onions with potatoes. So now you just want to mix those potatoes up. You can do this numerous times before serving. All that's going to do is just keep soaking up that vinaigrette into the potato and make it taste even better. Okay, in the meantime, this is a nice little view of what the potatoes look like. The fish has rested a nice, 5-10 minutes. And now you just want to simply place it on your board. And when you place it on the board, you want the head towards your belly. okay? And then you want the dorsal fin to your strong hand. My strong hand is my right hand. When you flip the fish, okay, you always want to flip it with the belly up. That way you always maintain the juices inside the fish. That includes how we flipped it over on the grill as well. So step one is really easy. This dorsal fin that we freed up earlier comes out just like that. Now you see why we made those cuts. Now we come in, we cut that tail off. We come in, right, that's that same incision we made before. You want to find the skeleton and free that meat up from the skeleton. And we always say, and open up the fillet like it's a book. This skeleton, once this fish rests, look how easy it comes out. Look at that. Very easy, very easy. You just want to come in and you get what's called the pin bones. Very easy to find. Down here towards the tail, we have another section here that you can either get with your tweezers or you can just simply come in with your knife. You're going to come right here, slide the first fillet over here, come right here and do the same thing. That comes right over here. And now we are done with the fish. We simply just take it. Beautiful fillet, 100% boneless. Okay, first fillet goes on. We now can garnish our fish. We're going to dress the fish with that beautiful lemon vinaigrette, and I would highly suggest also serving the vinaigrette on the side, because as you eat it you just want more and more and more. We always want to come on with just a touch more salt. You can come on with capers. Today I'm dressing it with a little caper leaves, and caper leaves are just a beautiful tender leaf of caper that just is unbelievable. If you can get your hands on it, great. Sometimes you can just mail order it in, and great to have around the house for various little projects that you want to do in the kitchen. And we come on with a nice little parsley placement right on the fish. For it to go in the middle of the table, you can either serve your greens and potatoes on the side, or you could just simply put them right on the plate. And then that way when you put this down on your table with your friends or your family, it's a little showstopper, and really is a nice treatment and way to share this whole fish. And so I'm done with the greens. I'll come in with the potatoes, and I just love the little curvature of the fingerling. So I'll kind of use the outside parts of the fingerlings as they go in to kind of curve with the outside part of the platter. And I'm not going to put all the fingerlings on here. You can certainly dress this however you want, and then, you know, keep the rest on the side. But yeah, this is just looking spectacular. Something I think that is really simple and easy, something we do all the time at the house. It's something I hope everybody tries and has fun with. So I hope you enjoy. So here you go, whole fish cooked at home from A to Z.